But like, how do I know? Am I live? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I've been live, so I'm just trying to make sure the shit fucking works. Cause this says stream preview. Refresh. It still says. Okay, I'm live. All right. You know, sometimes you just gotta be. Oop, my bad. Now let me just go to my YouTube real quick. Make sure. Am I? Yeah. All right. But how do I tell? Like, oh, I am. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Okay, because I was just wondering. I was just I was just wondering if it works. But okay, so cool, we're live. We're live. All right, let me do a little live on Twitch, or I'm live on YouTube and Twitch. Can you hear me on Twitch and or YouTube? I'm asking my sister if she can hear me, and let me just make sure this shit works again. Okay, yeah, it works. I haven't streamed since my crises. Um, all right. I was gonna stream to TikTok as well, but they don't be allowing you to like be an adult and whatnot. So, and I think I'm gonna smoke while we do this. All right, hold on. Is my dog in here? Oh yes, she is. I think there she is. All right. Oh yeah, I don't like that photo. Let's do that again. Live. Wait. It's cold in my room. All right, there we go. Just wanted to do a little live on Twitch and YouTube. Live on Twitch and YouTube. Um, twitch.tv/planet. I had to update my color, my new color scheme on Twitch because before I had it as green, but it's actually like not. And then what is my YouTube? YouTube.com/. I think it's planet underscore savvy, but don't. No, I can't. I want to say yes. I want to say yes. Yeah, planet underscore savvy. But I don't know if I'm like doing it right. I don't know if I'm doing it right. Okay, whatever. I just wanted to post it to my socials. But yeah, it's been wait. All right, my sister's not answering me, but I think you can hear me. Hopefully, cause da, da, da. All right. So basically, I was gonna smoke and react to some shit, um, because the game that I do. Hold on. Just realized. Ugh. So ignore my background. I moved out of my house and then moved back in, and I didn't put everything back. Like I did that, and that took a lot of work. Ignore the ghetto-ness over there. How I have a shower curtain. I have a shower curtain up instead of an actual curtain because somebody in my neighborhood took a picture and sent it to our HOA and said that I don't, or that I have up a curtain that doesn't fall within the guidelines or whatever, because my curtain was not plain on the background. I had like a tapestry, and you could see through it at night if I had the lights on. So then they took a picture and sent it to the HOA. And then I was told by the HOA that I had 10 days to take it down or else, like, get a fine. So I literally was like, oh my God, because this was like in the middle of me moving. And then I decided not to move. I went to the shower curtain. I took off my shower curtain because I have a shower liner and then the curtain. So right now the liner's there because I never replaced it. And I just put it there because we got people that tell on people in this community. It's so annoying. They're always telling on us. Like, they're always telling on us. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, thanks. Because it's been a while. But yeah, like, it's been a lot going on. Honestly, I feel like me and my sister need to do a story time on just this year. Because it went, like, the reason I stopped streaming was because all that shit started happening. That, because I was looking, the last time I streamed was 7 months ago. Cersei. So yeah. Anyways, let me let me start with some, let's put that there. We're not gonna smoke anything. Yo, I need to get more. Like, this is not, I thought I had way more. And I don't. That's kind of scary. Scary things. This is my first time going live on YouTube. Alright. I'm not trying to show it on camera because still, I just don't want no problems. But I'm gonna be smoking on camera, but I feel like you can't actually, like, you can't, like, show the shit. Because people get in their fucking feelings. But if I was throwing back, some alcohol, nobody was saying anything. Alright. So, I think I already said what I wanted to do tonight. Because normally I'll game, but I am gonna game, but I don't know. I gotta find, like, I have Sims. I haven't touched in, what is that game even called now? Inzoi. I keep saying Inzio. I haven't touched that game since literally I stopped streaming. I haven't touched it. So I have to probably update it, and I want to get myself, like, familiar with it. Wait, this is not the right. Yo, this is king size. I didn't want king size. Wait. Yeah, this is the right size because I'm not trying to. We save that for off camera. Alright, there we go. The right size. But while I'm trying to, because I can't roll, I gotta pack. So, it is what it is. But anyways, so a song dropping on November 28th, the day after Thanksgiving. It's a Christmas song that I've worked on. And it's actually one of my favorite songs I've done, even though it's Christmas. But it's like, it's not a, it's not a traditional, Christmas song. Wait, what the? Yo. Yeah, it's not like a traditional Christmas song. It's a pop punk Christmas song. And I was just like, I was working on another song and I was just like, I really want to put out a Christmas song. And then I was like, I gotta finish it fast because, I can't take my time with it. Or I should say, I can't take too long with it. So I wrote it in like 30 minutes. um, and I feel like, side note, I feel like that's one of my talents is I can write a song pretty quickly, either to a beat or just writing lyrics and then figuring out the flow later with a different beat. I haven't um I haven't done it in a week though. Like I took off from like all I just been posting and doing promo. I haven't done anything music wise this week because I felt burnt out. Not necessarily from the music itself, but because of working and doing music and taking care of everything else, it becomes a lot. So I felt like I only had the energy to do promo and shoot videos. But then, at first I was like, oh, I gotta keep going because my goal was like to release like one song a week. And I was doing that. Like the last 2 weeks, I released 3 songs. I released 2 songs on one week and then one song last week. Yeah, last Friday. This past Friday, I released a song. So I released. Wait, 1, 2, 3. What am I talking about? I released 4 songs. What am I fucking talking about? I released 4 songs so far this month in November. I'm sorry, not November. I released one of the songs on October 31st, which was basically November. But other than that, I released 3 songs in November, and then I'm releasing a fourth one next week. That's next week is Thanksgiving, I think. So, and now I'm just trying to decide, do I want to release something for December or do I just want to do promo? But I'm trying to build my catalog, but I'm also trying not to get too tired. And then I'm also trying to do stuff like this, like I haven't streamed. So I have to see how I can balance working full time, streaming, and then doing music and then content creation because I haven't done any content creation either. I was doing like this challenge of vlogging every day, and I think I gave up on the 24th day, I think, because it's just a lot. Like, nobody tells you how much work it is to shoot, edit, and post, and doing it every day. Like, I feel like I got physically ill, so I had to stop. But I want to do it again. Maybe I'll do something like Vlogmas or something, so that I know it's like 30 days, and then it's done. But I technically was still supposed to be vlogging because the series title was what was it? Vlogging every day until I'm happy with my life or some shit. And I am not happy with my life. So I should not have stopped. I'm not happy with it at all. But hopefully I can smoke without the smoke detector going off. Because whenever I sit here, it goes off. I usually have to smoke like over there. Or I have to smoke into the fan, but I don't have the fan on because it's cold. I have the heater on, so let's hope. Let's hope we don't have any issues. And look at my ashtray. Isn't it so cute? It's so cute. So cute. But okay. So we're gonna react to some videos. I was trying to find some earlier, but then I was like, we'll just do it as I go. I did want to do like reaction to funny videos, but then I wanted to like hear some drama. So all right, alrighty, let's see. This one looks pretty. Story time of how I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me. Receipts. Ugh, I hate part twos, but I guess let's just put it on.
All right, here is the highly requested story time of how I found out my boyfriend of 5 years was cheating on me.
My bad.
All right, here is the highly requested story time of how I found out my boyfriend of 5 years was cheating on me 7 days after I moved across the country by myself to move into an apartment with him. With text message receipts of him telling his friends he was going to continue cheating on me since I'm a night shift nurse and I wouldn't be home from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Let's get into it. Disclaimer, I'm like, this is just scratching the surface. I'm not gonna get into the like psychological, emotional warfare that this man was putting me through. And this is gonna be in 2 parts, but I'm gonna post a second part right after. The second part has the receipts. So I started dating this man when I was 18, my freshman year of college. He ended up transferring to my school and then graduating in 2021 and moving to LA. And then I didn't graduate for 2 more years, so we did long distance for 2 years. And it was not all sunshine and rainbows once he moved. Before, it really was. Like, we were a very happy, healthy couple. But long distance, we were not good at. So the December before I graduated, we had been like so back and forth, like, are we gonna make this work? We were not in a healthy place in our relationship, and it was like really draining on me, and I'm sure for him too. But it got to a point where I came home for winter break. He came home for the holidays as well, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna drop out of this. Like, I can't do this anymore. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do with my life. Like, this is the start of, you know, my next chapter, and I gotta figure out where I'm applying, like what state I'm applying my nursing license, how my life is gonna look, and we can't figure it out. You can't commit, so I'm just stepping out. And as soon as I say that, he's like, no, this is what I want. Like, we're gonna make it work. You're gonna move with me. I'm so excited. And I was very clear this whole time about being like, are you sure this is what you want? Are you sure you want to make it work? Are you sure? Like, tell me if it's not. And he was like, nope, this is what I want. And I was like, okay, yay. So then it was decided that that was what we were going to do. I was going to move out to LA when I graduated, and we were going to start our life together. We even had been talking about getting engaged when I was 25, which would be this year, 2025. So a couple of weeks later in January, I took a trip from Indiana to go see him out in LA. We went on a little ski trip, and all of these little things I'm going to tell you here, they have a purpose that I will circle back to later. So we go on our ski trip, I fly back to Indiana, back to school, and then in February, I go back out again for another visit, and we end up going to a party there with all of his closest friends, like his friend group, and the party is hosted by this girl. We'll call her Kat. She is an important part of the story. And it's very noticeable to me that Kat is like purposefully not even looking in our direction, not speaking to us. And so after the party, I was like, what was up with that girl? And he's just like, I don't know, I barely know her. And I'm like, okay. So I fly back in March. He actually comes to Indiana to visit me for my birthday. And while he's there, I see him texting Kat. And I'm like, what are you talking to that girl about? I thought you barely knew her. And he's like, you know, excuse, oh, it's something for our mutual friend. So I'm just like, okay. And mind you, a lot of these times when I'm kind of like just glazing over things I should have been more questionable about, like, keep in mind, he really pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. I was not treating him like he was a bad person and questioning him more about things because I didn't know. Like, if I had, you know, had more of a reason to, before all this, I would have questioned these things more, but I was just like, I had trust in him. I was just like, okay. So the next month in April, he went to Coachella, and I wanted to go to Coachella so bad when, like, he was...
It always starts at Coachella. Just saying, Coachella breaks up happy homes, or even the non-happy homes, or whatever you want to call it.
Planning it. I was like, I have the money for the ticket, for, you know, everything. I have the time off from school. I really want to go. And he gives me this whole, like, random excuse, like, oh, I don't know, we kind of have our whole group together, like, I don't think it's gonna work. So I was disappointed, but I was like, okay. So then he goes to Coachella. The next month, May, I graduate college. He didn't come to my graduation. I was really disappointed. I really wanted him to, but whatever. He goes to Vegas instead. And when he gets back from Vegas, flies back to LAX, I'm there waiting for him, because then we were going on a trip. So we met at the airport. And he was acting really weird during this trip, like not wanting to take photos of me, like dodging them. It was really weird. And then one night we're sitting out on the balcony, and I'm just scrolling on Instagram, and he's like, let me look at your Instagram DMs. And I was so confused, because we had never been that way. We had never asked to go through each other's phones, gone through each other's phones, like questioned each other about that, but I had nothing to hide, so I was like, okay. And he does. There's nothing there. He gives me my phone back, and I'm like, okay, let me see yours. And he's like, no, we're not doing that. Like, we're not doing that. We don't do that. And I was like, what? Like, but then I was just kind of like, okay. And again, I was obviously naive, ignoring things, because I had, you know, planned my future. I was not ready to, like, really, like, dig into this. And, you know, it was kind of the kind of thing where I'm like, if I question these things, I think something's gonna happen. Like, I'm gonna find something out. So whatever. Fast forward to June, he ends up breaking his foot and having to fly home for the whole summer, like 2.5 months, to have the surgery and be taken care of, basically, because he couldn't walk. So when he's home, I'm with him every single day, taking care of him, bringing him food, you know, filling up his little ice thing, carrying his crutches up the stairs while he crawls up the stairs. And no complaints about this. I wanted to do it at the time, but, you know, this was my last summer at home. You know, I could have been spending all this time with my family, but instead I was there taking care of him. And in June, I see him texting Kat again while he's home. And I'm like, what are you talking to her about? Like, I thought you barely know her. And he's like, oh, she's just asking me how I'm doing, like, with my foot, whatever. And I ask him then, I'm like, did something go on with you guys? Like, is there something weird between you guys? Because I just have a weird feeling. Like, I asked him, have you cheated on me with her? I asked him directly. And, you know, I'm thinking, if I'm asking him directly, like, these questions, that maybe he's too coward to come forth with these things, but he would be man enough to be honest if I brought it to him. Spoiler alert, he was not. Fast forward to July, I get my offer from my dream job here in LA, and he seems excited about it. I'm so excited about it. So it's like confirmed that I have a job out here, so I'm gonna move. Of course, I was not planning on moving before I had a solid job. You know, I wasn't just gonna live off of him. Now it's the end of August, and he flies back, and then in September, on September 3rd, I fly out to LA with all my stuff, and I move in with him to an apartment. And he's living in a 2-bedroom. It's really big though, and he has a roommate, this guy from France, but he had to go back to France in November. So we were like, we'll just live with this guy for, you know, the 2 months, and then it'll be our apartment. A couple days after I move in, I find a hair tie in the kitchen, and I'm like, whose hair tie is this? And he very quickly has an answer. He's like, oh, that's Luca's girlfriend. Luca's the roommate. That's his girlfriend. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't know he had a girlfriend, but whatever. Coincidentally, that same night, Luca is talking to us about this girl he just met out, and, like, they're gonna hang out, they're gonna go on a date, whatever. And I asked my ex, I'm like, I thought he had a girlfriend. And he very quickly, oh, I don't know, I guess he doesn't. I guess it was just some girl. Yeah, I don't know. And I thought that was weird. So I just kind of clocked that. And then fast forward a couple more days, 6 days after I move in, It's a Sunday. We have the best Sunday. We're out at the beach. We're watching the sunset. We were day drinking on the beach, talking about like our future, like so excited that this is our life now. We're back together. It feels like the old us. We're talking about our plans for the following week. We were supposed to go to this party that Kat was throwing with all of his best friends. This was going to be like my first time hanging out with everyone once I moved in. Like, I was really excited. It was this rooftop pool party in Santa Monica. And he's like, we shouldn't go. It doesn't sound very fun. And, you know, he goes to these parties that she throws with his friend group all the time. So I'm like, what? Like, it sounds so fun. What do you mean? And he's like, no, I don't think so. I think we should go out of town instead. And this is really weird to me. So I'm like, okay, what? Did something happen with you two? Like, you need to tell me. You know, like, this is like kind of like not a fresh start, but like this is the start of our lives. Like, if something happened, now is the time to tell me. And he's pissed. He's cussing at me. He's like, are you kidding me? Like, you're accusing me of something I already told you no, like whatever. And I'm like, okay, you know what? If you're being honest, like, fine, I will never bring it up again until go to part 2. All right, here is the highly requested story time of how I found out. All right, here.
Part 2. Well, I just watched this. Okay, serious.
Part 2 of finding out my boyfriend was cheating on me. So we leave the beach. I'm like, okay, I guess you didn't cheat on me. You're being honest, whatever. We go to bed that night, and something just does not feel right in my spirit. Like, I cannot sleep. My mind is racing. I'm shaking. Like, I feel like something happened. And it's like 2 or 3 in the morning or something. He has to be up for work at 7, 8. But I wake him up out of his sleep, and I'm like freaking out. I'm shaking. I'm like, okay, what happened? Like, you have to tell me right now what happened. And he is pissed. He's yelling at me, like cussing at me. You sound so crazy right now. Like, you look crazy. Don't ever wake me up in the middle of the night to accuse me of some shit I've already told you I didn't do. And then I feel really bad because I'm like, oh my, and he's like, this is really how you want to like start our life together. And I'm just like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Like, you already told me. And his demeanor changes in an instant. He's like apologetic. It's okay. I'm sorry. It's okay. Come here. I'm sorry. Give me a hug. I love you. And I'm like, that? Like, I was like, I know you. You're lying. That was really weird. How he was so defensive, and then all of a sudden, he's apologetic. So I was like, you know what? I know what I'm doing when you get up and go to work tomorrow. So I don't know if I sleep at all, but we wake up and it's like weird. We don't really speak to each other. It's so quiet. So that kind of further confirms that something's up. He goes to work. I actually have like a little meeting I have to go to for like before my job starts. My job was not starting for another 3 weeks. So I go to this thing and I am procrastinating coming home because I know when I get home, I'm getting on his laptop. And that's exactly what I did. I didn't even know his password and I guessed it. So the universe was on my side. The first place I go is his text message thread with Kat. And all I was thinking that I would find was that they had been like messing around for a period of time. I was not expecting anything else. So I'm going through his text. The last couple months was just like catching up every once in a while. Hey, how are you? What have you been up to? Hope you're good. Until I get to February, about a week before I had come and visited him and gone to that party where she was acting really weird. And what do I find? A breakup text from her, not from him. So I see that they had been dating for like 3 or 4 months, going to dinners, having sleepovers, sending selfies, I miss you, sending her the same pictures he was sending me, sending her pictures from our ski trip the month before, saying he was on a ski trip with his friends. I miss you so much. I can't wait till I'm back, making plans for when they get back. I am so livid. I'm shaking. I'm in our bedroom that I've lived in for exactly 1 week. Mind you, it's 9/11. It's September 11th. This was literally our 9/11. And also, I'm honestly just like scared. Like, I just moved across the country to live with this person that now I'm like, who are you? Like, who are you that could do this? And I'm like alone. I don't know anyone yet. I have no friends out here. My job doesn't even start for another 3 weeks. I'm just like, what the fuck? And that's, like I said, that's all I was expecting to find. So I type my name into like his messages just to see like what he was saying to other people about me. And that is when the floodgates opened bad. This man not only was in just like another relationship, he was fully living a double life. He was just a single man out here in LA, hooking up with random people on Hinge, dating a girl, all while he, his Indiana life, he had a long-term 5-year relationship. So that Coachella trip I really wanted to go on. He didn't want me to go on it because he was pursuing some girl that they were going there with, and he told me nothing ever happened between them, but I know that he was trying to pursue her after the festival. He was asking his friends to put in a good word for him. That Vegas trip he took in May where we met at the airport, here's where the seats come in. So to, this day, he still says he didn't hook up with this girl, but he was in a girl's hotel room with her. He said all they did was drunkenly make out. And this is what he was texting his friend while he was at the airport waiting to come see his girlfriend. His friend texts him, "I feel like I still have lipstick on me." "Yeah, I have lipstick on me. Thank you for the heads up. Wipe it off before you see Ellen. Maybe change clothes." "Fuck, I'm just gonna wash my face off. Life is all about that action. My dick still smells fine." You're gross. Yeah, so he had another girl's lipstick on his face on his way to the airport to meet his girlfriend, where he acted so excited to see me. "Congratulations on graduating. I'm so happy to see you. I love you." What? And he had told me after I found out everything.
First, we're just gonna clap for graduating. And fuck him, but we're gonna clap for you graduating.
That he didn't think he was doing anything wrong because he didn't think I would find out. But obviously, his friends were literally telling him he's gross. That is so gross. Now, I'm going to show you what he was texting his friends in July while I was at his house taking care of him every single day about me getting my job and confirming that I was going to move out with him. So up here, he had told his friend, "Ellen got her job. She wants to come move with me. What are your thoughts? Are you considering it? Do you feel more inclined because she's been taking care of you? Or do you still want to be gross? She'd be coming in September, which is the same month Luca, our roommate, has to leave and go back to France. So it's either her or some random person Luca finds to sublet. So I think I'm going to do it. The lease is only until February, so worst case is I live with her for 4 months and then leave. I want to have sex with lots of other women still, though. Haha, this is going to be interesting. Probably will end in an explosion and be ugly, but it will make me feel alive." And yeah, him being like, I still want to hook up with lots of other people, though, that is like what gives me the idea that he was planning on it because he knew I would be working night shift, so he knew I would be out of the house. Those messages were 6 weeks before I was moving. And after the fact, once I had told him everything, he was like, I was planning on, not doing anything once you moved in with me. I was just scared. I was scared that, it was going to be us, like, whatever, don't want to hear it. He was literally like using me as someone to pay his rent and then just planning on leaving me after, like, he agreed to like live together, start our lives together. That is so messed up. Like, that is just seriously so fucked up to like use me as like a pawn, kind of, that's like my livelihood, my future. He was just using it like to his advantage. That is sociopathic. Like, genuinely, you have no empathy if you can do that. And if you can say, like, I didn't think I was doing anything wrong because you wouldn't find out. Like, I don't know. It's so insane. And, like, yes, I was naive, but every single person in my life, like, my friends, my family that had known him over the past 5 years, everyone felt so shocked. Nobody ever expected that he had this in him. And yeah, like, I ended up talking to Kat. She didn't know. She had said, like, the reason she was acting so weird towards us that night is because she knew who I was, but she was told that we had been broken up, and so she was really confused to see me there like a week after they had just broken up. And if anyone wants a third part on the crash out that he had when I would not get back together with him, obviously I can make that too. But I live life with no regrets. That door closed and a million more opened. Like, I have created my own life out here in LA. I love it so much. I love the life that I live. Thankfully, I never had the feeling of like, why wasn't I enough? I never thought it was my fault. I always knew you know, that was a him problem. Him being able to like commit these heinous freaking acts was on him. And yeah, like I said, I just scratched the surface. Like, there's way more to the story. Yeah, he was also just like unhinged, hooking up with random people, like often in the back door, raw, like while he had a girlfriend that had no clue what was going on. Yeah, wish nothing good for him, honestly. Part 2 of finding out my boy.
I don't think we need a part 3 because damn. Listen, it's really not safe out here, and this is why. Like, when I was on dating apps, I'm not on there anymore because I literally cannot handle it anymore. But they're like, oh, it's no big deal to hook up. Yes, the fuck it is. Like, yes, it is. It's a very big fucking deal. Like, people out here being nasty, and I just can't, like, oh shit, I haven't since May because I can't, I just cannot. People out here only want one thing. Would you stop? Damn, they only want one thing from you on these dating apps. So if I end up with somebody, it's gonna have to be in person, which then again, she probably met this person in person. But I mean, that's real unfortunate. Did she say what his name was? Because I might be like too high to remember. But I don't know if she said his name. But this is giving Tyler energy. Like, their name is Tyler, or something, or like Chris or something. Because who talks like that? I still want to sleep with a lot of women though. Like, meanwhile, like, nobody can be trusted these days or ever in life. Whew. Well, where did go back? What did I have? I actually, I don't know if the God, I'm about to say I might be too lit to function. I wanted to react to Reddit stories, but what the hell? My boyfriend got my sister pregnant.
My boyfriend got my little sister pregnant.
What?
Yeah, while we were dating.
Wait. How old are you? And how old is the little sister? Oh my god.
My little sister is 3 years younger than me, and we've
All I heard, see, I don't know, maybe it felt delayed on my end. The whole younger part came a little bit too late after the 3, in my opinion, because I was like, what? Like, it was just too much. But let me stop pausing and just let me react.
always had a pretty tense relationship, and that's because she's always wanted to copy everything I do. And not just when she was really young, it still happens to this day. But she wasn't copying me in a way of like admiring me. She would copy me because she was in some kind of competition with me. Like, whatever I did, she wanted to do it better. If I had an outfit, she wanted to wear the same one but style it better. If I did an activity, she wanted to join the same one and be better at it than me. That's how it's been our entire life. And I very quickly noticed that when I started dating, she started flirting with all of my boyfriends, and not subtly. She'd be like, imagine if we would have met first. Like, you probably would have been dating me. But obviously you can't because you're with my sister. But like, if you hadn't met her, right? That's weird. That's just so disrespectful. I would bring this up to her and tell her that it made me really uncomfortable and I thought that it was weird. She'd be like, oh my gosh, you're so dramatic. You're so jealous. And my parents would say the same thing. They're like, Kelsey, it's your little sister. What are you talking about? She's obviously joking. Sorry, I don't think that's funny. And I have a pretty good sense of humor, if I'm being honest. So
listen, I'm gonna just say this real quick. Just because you are siblings with one does not mean that y'all are gonna get along. Like, my sister is my best friend. This would never, ever happen. But Yeah, like some people do not like doing their siblings dirty like that. And if they're doing their siblings dirty like that, how they gonna do you? Like that's crazy that she really took her sister's boyfriend and the parents are like, "Oh, she's your little sister." Like the fuck does that have to do with anything?
It just got to the point that I stopped bringing the guys that I was dating around my family because it just wasn't worth the drama for me, which is really sad because I'm really close with my parents, but I knew that if we went to any family holidays, she
Pause. How are we close with the parents? And this is not even for her. I'm just thinking out loud. How is she super close with the parents, but they say some shit like that? Because if I was the parent and I found out, and I mean, I have two daughters, and the little sister, or it doesn't matter they age, dating the other one's partner, and I'm over here like brushing it off. No, that's not good parenting, and I should be called out. I'm sorry. You need to call out your parents.
was gonna be there and it was always gonna just start a fight. So I stayed away. Things changed when I started dating my most recent boyfriend because it started getting more serious. We were dating for over a year and I knew that I needed to bring him around my family because that's what you have to do. You know what I mean? Also, I stupidly thought that maybe somehow my sister had matured and wouldn't act up anymore, but I was wrong. The first time she met my boyfriend, one of the first things she said is she's like,
how do you mature from that? How do you mature from taking somebody's man? And not just anybody's man, your sister's man. I think that's a personality thing. Like, you can't, like, if you even have the audacity to do something like that, I don't think you can be helped. Because it's not, like, something that's everybody does. It's not normal to be like, yeah, I took my sister's man. Like, the hell? Talking about I thought she would outgrow it. Girl, you can't outgrow shit like that. That's just in your sister, unfortunately.
oh my gosh, if Kels ever misbehaves or treats you wrong, just let me know. I'll fix it. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. I always have your back. I was like, this is weird. Like, this is just a weird conversation you're having. She was also just being really touchy with him, wanting to always sit by him, was grabbing his arm, laughing at all his jokes. She was flirting with him. Like, I know what flirting looks like, okay? And I know what her flirting looks like because she's my little sister and I've known her whole life. So I pull her aside and I'm like, yeah, we're not gonna do this, okay? We're not gonna continue to do this. I can't. I'm tired. You gotta just be normal and stop flirting with all my boyfriends. And again, she was like, oh my gosh, I did not realize how insecure you were. Like, it's actually really sad that I'm the younger sibling and I'm just so much more confident, so much more self-assured. Like, if you were acting like this with my boyfriends, I would not be upset at all. Okay, well, you've never had a boyfriend, and there's a reason for that. I'm just gonna put that out there. About a month after this initial meeting, my little sister calls me and tells me that she has amazing news and that she's actually gonna be moving states and moving to the city that my boyfriend and I live in. Great. What? I was so excited for that. And not only was she moving to our city, she was gonna move into the same apartment complex that we lived in. Even better for me. So she moves to our city, moves into our apartment complex, and suddenly she needs help with absolutely everything. She doesn't have a car, so she needs to be driven everywhere. She needs help having everything built. She needs help with all the moving stuff. And guess who she asks for all of it? Yeah, you're right, my boyfriend. Coincidental? I think not. And it got to the point that they were hanging out and I didn't even know they were hanging out. He would get home and I'd be like, where were you? And he was like, I was with your sister. I was helping her do X, Y, Z. I was like, wait, what? What do you mean you were with my sister? Why didn't you tell me? And he's like, oh, I didn't think it was a big deal. She just needed a favor. And so I went to help out. Like, she lives in our building. No, okay? He was making it seem like it was innocent.
He don't know the relationship that she got with her sister? Because I feel like, listen, if you're with somebody, I think they would know, like, you don't fuck with your sister or whoever the fuck it is. So that was the first red flag. Or maybe
it wasn't
because I'm high and I've been watching, but I felt like I zoned out. So this might be the first or second red flag, but we're just gonna say it's the first one that I caught.
Innocent. It gets to the point that this is the biggest issue in our relationship. We're constantly arguing about it, where I'm like, I want you to stop spending so much time with my sister because you already know the previous issues that are there. And he was like, it's your family. I'm just trying to be a good guy. I'm like, okay, sorry, your loyalty is to me and I'm asking you to establish this boundary and you won't do it and it's weird. And we were just going back and forth for weeks about it. Finally, one day, my little sister comes to my apartment while my boyfriend and I are watching a movie and she just looks so upset. And I'm like, what's wrong? Like, what is going on? And that's when she tells me that she is pregnant, which I'm shocked about because she just moved to the city. I didn't know she was dating anyone. The only guy that she's been hanging out with is my boyfriend. See, at the time I didn't put that together because I thought that there was no way that he would do that to me, but yeah, just wait. But the person who was even more shocked was my boyfriend. He looked...
There's no way that you thought... Well, I know she said he would do that, but you know your sister, and your sister takes bitches men. So, I feel like you shouldn't have trusted him around your sister. And so yeah, she could be shocked about him, but you know your sister. Like, there, you don't outgrow that shit. You don't outgrow cheating on your, or you do not outgrow sleeping or having a relationship, whatever you want to call it, with your sister's man. That's not, you don't outgrow that shit. Like, you can't outgrow that shit because it's within you. If you're crazy enough and bold enough to do something like that, that is your personality. And you can rarely change someone's personality. Like, very fucking rare. So, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Like, he was about to projectile vomit. I was like, wow, they obviously have gotten really close. He is really concerned about her. And that's when I start asking her, I was like, okay, who's the father? Whose baby are you having? And she gets really quiet. She's like, oh, I don't know. Like, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, why are you being weird about this? And obviously we know why she was being weird about this. Then she starts looking at my boyfriend. She's like, I mean, like, are you going to tell her or am I? She fully came in here ready to expose him and he had no idea. It was just all going down right there in my living room. So I look at him. He looks absolutely sick. I'm looking at her and low-key, she's smirking a little bit. She's happy about this because, again, everything's a competition and apparently she won. She took my man. That's what she wanted this whole time. And I look at him, I'm like, no, please tell me that she's lying. She's making this up. And he can't even get any words out. I can see it on his face that, yeah, it's him. He's the father of this baby. So I absolutely lose it. I'm like, what are you even talking about? And he has the audacity to say to me, well, I know I cheated, but I only half cheated because it's your sister. You shared DNA. So it's like, it's not as bad if I was cheating with someone else. It's like, it's half cheating. No, I'm sorry. What man logic is that? I cannot, it's way worse to cheat with somebody's sibling than with a stranger. So obviously I kick him out. I'm like, you have somewhere else to sleep in the exact same building. So don't even feel
Half cheat?
bad about it. I don't want to see your face ever again. I look at my sister, I'm like, I don't want to see your face ever again either. My ex-boyfriend is now texting me 24/7, apologizing, saying it was a mistake. It only happened once, which I don't believe based on how much time they spent together. And my family keeps texting me, it's your little sister, give her grace. People make mistakes. So people make mistakes? That was not
mistakes. They must have changed the definition of mistakes. Because how is sleeping with your sister's man and getting pregnant a mistake? You didn't accidentally fall on the dick. You did that on purpose. So I'm confused how this is a mistake. And the fact that her parents said that, and the fact that she said her and her parents are close, no, that we wouldn't be close no more after something like that was said. Absolutely not.
A mistake. That was a betrayal. Haven't heard anything from my little sister though. Not one text, not one apology, because she's not sorry. She very much planned for this to happen. I know it. And I have absolutely no idea what's gonna happen next, but let me know if y'all wanna stay updated. My boyfriend got my little sister pregnant.
When did she post this? August 28th? Because Wait. Wait. Okay, where's the one I watched? Because I think she's had some updates, but I want to watch them in order. Wait. My pregnancy wants to steal. Okay, wait. Where is the one that I watched? It's like these videos. Wait. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I might have to like find them all and then save them to react to them in another stream because I wait, does it say the date without me having to like no it doesn't. Dang. Oh wait, so I must have did I pass it? My sister I don't even know if these are the same boyfriends. Update. I'm going. No, I want to react. I just want to react in order, and I can't find the video I watched because then I know that it will be in that order, but I can't find it. And normally, when you go to like somebody's page, it'll be like, you just watched this. And unless I'm extremely fucking lit right now, I can't find that shit. But wait, did I like it? Go back.
My boyfriend got my little.
Yeah, let me like it. Did I like it? Okay, and bookmark it. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna come back. So this was August 28th. Or no, am I stupid? No, yes. I gotta find the rest of the videos. I can't because that was fucking crazy. But let's see if I can find one where a whole story is in one video. Part one. Wait, I suspect. Okay. This was last year. This looks good. It's just I want to be able to find the part two. Oh my god, not this Negro. Wait, is that the right person? Shoot, I might have spoken too soon. Oh, my bad. My bad. No, I thought this was... What is that guy that does the pot? I forget his name. I thought it was him. Because that's all I saw was podcast equipment. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that to whoever this is. I don't know who this is, but I didn't mean to do that and say this nigga or whatever I said. What the hell? 2-sentence horse. Wait, it's going too fast. Hold up. At the water park, I saw my daughter letting the old man go first on the slide tunnel. Watching her go next, I noticed the old man never went out. Wait, okay, I'm gonna have to keep it on pause. My parents rarely talk about my brother who died when I was a baby. Walking through the halls, I heard my mother whisper to my dad, he's getting too big for us to keep him down there, honey. Wait, is this all one story or a bunch of stories? Oh, I'm so slow right now. I thought this was all one big story. Okay, wait. Let me start over. At the water park, I saw my daughter letting the old man go first on the slide tunnel. Watching her go next, I noticed the old man never went out. Okay, that one's really not that scary. My parents always talk about who died once they long ago. Oh shit. Run. The hell? Need to investigate. My friend has been feeding her cat a vegan diet for a few months now. This morning, she was found with her jugular ripped out of her throat and the cat nowhere to be seen. I mean, sounds like that cat got fucking pissed off and said, "You don't want to feed me meat, then you about to be gone." Wait, told you there's nothing in there, my son said as I was shining the flashlight into the dark, empty space. I kept looking into the cut on my son's skin with my flashlight, but I'm so blind. I said coldly. I put could and only together. But could only see empty space behind the skin. What? I think I might be too high. Told you there's nothing in there, my son said as I was shining the flashlight into the dark, empty space. I kept looking into the cut on my son's skin with my flashlight, but could only see empty space empty space behind the skin. I think I'm too high to understand. I don't get it. Wait, told you there's nothing in there, my son said as I was shining the flashlight into the dark, empty space. I kept looking into the cut on my son's skin with my flashlight, but could only see empty space behind the skin. So she's fucking crazy? Oh my god, I don't get it. Hey girl, yeah, I'm heading out the door right now. See you in 5. I wasn't even holding my phone, but I couldn't let him know that I had heard his suppressed breathing from inside my closet. I don't know what the first one mean. Wait, what does it mean? I don't know. I don't understand. Like, it said 2-sentence horror. It's not giving horror. I'm just confused. I'm just really confused. As Jeremy gave his high school graduation speech, he used his hand to shield the sun from his eyes. When he noticed it was actually the glint from a rifle scope, his jaw dropped along with the rest of his... Oh my god. Wait. Damn. As Jeremy gave his high school graduation speech, he used his hand to shield the sun from his eyes. When he noticed it was actually the glint from a rifle scope, his jaw dropped along with the rest of his body. Damn. Ooh. Go back. No, go back. That scared me. I don't like that music. I didn't read the last one. No. No. Yo, I just want to read the last one, but every time I try to, if I keep it, you know what? There was one after that I thought it was. I don't want to. No, we're not doing that. What is a creepy fact about the human body? No. I don't want to be scared. Okay, no. I don't want to get into that weird part of TikTok. um, nope, not doing that one either. I need it to not.
What disturbing rumor turned out to be true at your school? When I was a senior in high school, we had a new teacher join the faculty to teach health and home economics. She was probably about 26 years old and very, very attractive. Everyone was talking about the hot new teacher. As I was senior class president, I needed a new faculty advisor since my previous advisor of 3 years retired at the end of my junior year. About 2 weeks later, the principal called me into his office and informed me that the new hot teacher was going to be our new class advisor for the rest of the year. As a result, she and I spent a lot of time together, at school and off campus, organizing and running myriad events to raise money for the class, plan the prom, field trips, etc. Soon, the rumors started flying around that she and I were messing around. This was completely false. I can say she never acted inappropriately towards me or suggested anything to make me think she had plans for any type of physical or sexual activity. She was a fantastic advisor and always just that, a class advisor. I spent the rest of the year denying these rumors with friends, with teachers and with parents. I was even interrogated by my wrestling coach the day before the district championship match. She and I had a laugh about it at graduation as she had to face similar questions from other faculty as well as the principal. She confided in me that she had tendered her resignation, but the principal would not accept it and said he believed her and would ensure the rumor was squashed. So I graduated and left for my plebe year at West Point, forgetting about the entire situation. At West Point, the first year is called plebe year rather than freshman year. The first semester of my plebe year was moving along as it should, with no unusual events worth mentioning until the final month. Then, in early December, the topic of my high school faculty advisor resurfaced. One night when I was studying, there was a knock on my door and the company tactical officer, a regular Army captain, walked in and told me to report to his office immediately as there was a phone call for me from the Dover Police Department. Now, I immediately assumed it was my brother playing some kind of twisted joke on me since he was a captain in the very same police department waiting for me on the phone. Since my TAC was standing right behind me, I answered the phone as we were taught. Cadet Kerwick speaking. How may I help you, sir/ma'am? I immediately recognized the voice on the other end. It was not my brother but a close friend I had grown up with and known for over 15 years. He said, "What disturbing rumor turned out to be..."
Oh my fucking gosh. That's what they meant right here. Yo. That's messed up. Like, I was tuned in, and then you just...
My best friend is absolutely convinced that her boyfriend is cheating on her. With me. I've known my best friend for years, and even...
No, we don't have time for that. Alright, what time is it? What time is it? Okay, we've been streaming for an hour. Not terrible. But I'm hungry. I need to eat dinner. But maybe, I don't know, I might come back on. Maybe. Because what time? It's 6:45. And I still gotta edit music content. And I work 10 hours today. And I work 10 hours every day until Thursday. So throw it back on me like it's a Friday. I wrote a song called Sunday. And basically, if you go and stream it, you'll find out what I literally wrote it when I had a 410 shift. Like, I work 10 hours every day, and I was just on Sunday really craving something, and I had to write a song about it. It's all true. It's all true. But yeah, we'll do that. We're gonna go eat because it is 6:46, and now I'm rambling because I am very fucking high. I'm gonna eat, edit this video, and then I'll think if I want to get back on here. But I definitely want to react to that one person with the sister. But I'm gonna see if I can find all the videos, like the part 2s and whatever, so that way I could just react all at once instead of taking time to find them. But anyways, thanks for joining the stream. I'm gonna try to stream more, because I know when I was first streaming, I wanted to like solely do streaming. I don't even think I was even doing, like, I didn't record any music yet. I was just writing, but I never like recorded it. But now that like I'm taking it serious, so I definitely want to stream and shit, and then focus on the music and shit. But I'm gonna try to take it easy this week and shit, because I'm not trying to overwork myself and shit, because I still gotta go to work and shit. So I'll be working till Thursday and shit, or I'm working on Thursday, but then I'm off Friday and shit. And I'm gonna clean up my room, and I'm gonna bring up more stuff from, like, put more of my stuff away so that this can start looking like this. And then I'm gonna do some cleaning and do some more Planet Savvy shit planning. And if I'm not too tired, so I definitely, we're gonna try to stream after work. Maybe not tomorrow, because I do have a big day tomorrow. Wednesday and Thursday for sure, and maybe Friday if I get done what I want to do. But it's gonna be a busy day because there's just so much to be done in this house. But yeah, I'm gonna try to make sure we make this a regular thing regardless. But make sure that you follow me on all these platforms. My name is the same across all the platforms except for YouTube. There is an underscore because somebody fucking took Planet Savvy and they don't even fucking use it. But yeah, I think I use all of these except for these two. Or I post on these. I post on X and Facebook, but I don't like I'll post videos, but I don't like interact. Like Instagram and YouTube is like where I mainly like interact and shit. But yeah, check me out. All right. Have a good night. We off this.